recently Mike Pillow has been going across the country to try to convince state attorneys general to try to overturn the election. The election that has been over for over a year now, and still, he's trying. He's trying. So now, that whole effort has culminated in Mike Pillow not only being sued by Dominion, but also coming up with a new nonsense conspiracy that on Thanksgiving, he will bring this to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court will vote 9-0, 9-0, in order to hear the case and to hear his so-called evidence. And so that plan, of course, is crazy, yet it seems to be getting praise from a lot of conservatives, including Steve Bannon. That means it's time for another episode of Pillow Talk.
God gave me this platform. I already know I'm going to win.
China did our vote. Biden and Harris would say, hey, we're here to protect the country, and resign.
Mike Lindell's a conspiracy.
But you haven't.
Just forget about the evidence. This was attacked.
So, as I said, he discussed this plan last week with Steve Bannon on Steve Bannon's podcast. And now here's the thing. Lindell, as I've mentioned before, Lindell's a true believer. He literally does think that the Supreme Court is going to vote to hear the evidence 9-0, and then it's going to overturn the election results. It's complete and utter nonsense. He's a crazy person. He does crazy things because he thinks he's special. He believes he's anointed by God. All the reasons that we've discussed, because he's been essentially brainwashed by like a shady right-wing organization called the Family. Now, that's Lindell. But I'm going to talk a little bit about Steve Bannon and what Bannon's goal, what goal he has in mind, at least for this Thanksgiving summit that's going to take place. Take a look.
And you're going to be sitting around the table. This is very important to our country and the world. Everyone can be sitting around the table and going, hey, what do you think of that? You think the Supreme Court's going to accept it and protect our country like they're supposed to?
No.
And they're going, there's no evidence.
No.
You have somebody arguing.
No. Here's what I love about
Be able to go to
everybody was saying, hey, we'll get it up. This is what I love about it, Lindell, and only you could have done this. What I love about this, they said, hey, if you just get Trump out, Orange Man bad, and you get Biden, you can start having holidays again without arguing at the table and at each other's throats. But Mike Lindell comes in, and he's going to go the Wednesday, the eve of Thanksgiving, on a marathon, so you can go back and have fistfights, the family squabbles. Lindell, you're a genius. Only you could have thought of this.
Steve,
the country's going to go back at your holidays are ruined again. Okay?
No. It's different now.
He's like, no. It's different. I want to unite the country. I don't want to divide the country. But here's the thing. This right here is so indicative of what this entire thing is about. It's not about the election. It's not about overturning the election for Bannon. No. He knows it wasn't stolen. The guy's not an idiot. All right? He is quite Machiavellian. And so what he wants to do, and he showed us there, he wants people to fight. He wants people to fight each other. He wants to divide people over fake nonsense. That's what that is. He wants to keep everybody divided so that way the fash can take power. And he's a member of the fash, divide and conquer. It's kind of the oldest play in the book. And if we're too busy punching each other in the face over turkey, people like Bannon can go around and they can, for one, pick our pockets using these divisions. And then he can also go and try to put more fash into power, more white supremacists into power. And so understand that Bannon is not a man of the people. He's not like I'm for working class Americans, and I'm just gonna, I just want to make sure that, regular people aren't hurt by their political system, which is corrupt. Yeah, our political system is corrupt. The thing is, it's corrupt, and it benefits people like Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon, literal criminal, stole from people with his phony rebuild the wall project, stole from his donors, bought stuff for himself. Okay, total criminal, total fraud. Took that money, got pardoned by Trump because they are one in the same. They are the same kind of person. They are grifters, but he is a white nationalist. And that's what it is. A white nationalist, white supremacist. And so that's what he wants to do. He wants people to fight because it's really about starting what the pipe dream is on the right wing, right? Their dream is to get Americans to fight each other and create a safe a race war. That's what it is. And a safe space for white people. Aggrieved white Christian conservatives, specifically white liberals. No, you're not included, right? You're not going to be allowed in that space. No, it's only for white right-wing Christians. And so, they're going to kick everybody else out, or at least they want to kick everybody else out. And they want to do that. And this is how they're going to do it. By spreading nonsense election conspiracies in order to divide Americans. And of course, it hasn't divided regular people, but it has divided Republicans from the rest of the country. Now you have a political party that believes that it's part of its identity, its political identity, to believe that Donald Trump had an election stolen from him. And if you think it's going to end with this election, no, it never ends. It never ends. This is the conspiracy that continues going on because every election that we're going to have from now on is always going to be questioned. It's always going to be questioned. It's always going to be, and I understand that if there are irregularities, of course we should scrutinize, elections, especially ones that are super, super close. But understand that this is going to be going forward in perpetuity now. Unless, of course, a Republican wins. Anytime a Democrat wins, or somebody who's not aligned with the right wing, they're going to immediately question it and talk about, of course, voter fraud, the omnipresent threat, voter fraud, which does not exist. Not mass voter fraud. The only times we've seen voter fraud happen is on a small scale, and generally done by the right wing. So now, again, to people like Bannon, Mike Lindell is a useful idiot. He's a stooge. He's a dumb person. He is a dumb person being taken advantage of by a smarter person. Now, again, and you could really kind of talk about the definition of what you would think to be smart. I don't think racists are smart. I mean, you're too stupid to figure out that we're all the same. We're all human beings. But okay, right? But generally, when it comes to strategy, he is a smart person. Bannon is, and he knows what he's doing. And he knows how to manipulate stupid people like Mike Lindell. And that's what's going on here. Now, Mike Lindell was originally brought into the Trump movement by the shady group known as the Family. And his role was to be a Trump booster and essentially a cash cow, giving money to Republicans, giving money to evangelical causes, from his pillow business, giving to Trump PACs. Now he's doing these summits, of course, about the big lie. Now he's being sued by Dominion. And a lot of this is actually the result of people taking advantage of this guy. Not that I feel bad for Mike Pillow, not that I think that you should feel bad for Mike Pillow. The guy made his bed. He's going to lie in that bed. And it's probably going to be a cardboard box by the time that they're done, Dominion is. When they're done with that whole lawsuit there. But definitely Steve Bannon and the Family, they're the bigger villains in this. Way more than Mike Pillow, who is the useful idiot that is hilariously doing their bidding by being just a complete and utter moron who will say anything that they tell him to. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf, or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.